Hi everyone, today I am going to discuss about the medical surgical nursing 2 for the GNM second years. So in that we are going to discuss about the unit 9, that is musculo nursing management of patient with the musculoskeletal disorders. So we are going to discuss about the lordosis. So in the last class we have seen about the scoliosis and lordosis. So it is the today is lordosis. It is also one of the abnormal condition of the musculoskeletal system, that is the abnormal condition of the spinal cord. So lordosis means it is an increased inward curving of the lumbar spine. So there is a lordosis means there is a increased inward curving of the lumbar spine. So in the normal patient the spinal cord becomes straight. So in the lordosis there is a inward curvature. So there is a spine become like this. So at the lower back region, so above the buttocks, and there is a inward curvature. So it is called as lordosis. So in the scoliosis what will happen? There is a lateral curvature of the spine in the scoliosis, and in the kyphosis also there is a upper part of the back become mild rounded, and there is a somewhat inward curvature in the lower back. So in the lordosis what will happen means up to the thoracic region it is become straight, and at the level of the lumbar region it is become inverted. So it is called as lordosis. So lordosis means there is an increased inward curving of the lumbar spine. So at the region of the lumbar spine there is an inward curvature. It is called as lordosis. And next one is the causes for the lordosis. So the causes includes the obesity. So because of the more weight there is a chances to get the lordosis. So because of overweight on the spinal cord, because of overweight on the spinal cord it may causes the lordosis. So it is a obesity, it causes the inward curvature of the spine. And next one is kyphosis. So there is a kyphosis also one of the cause for the lordosis. So in the kyphosis what will happen? At the upside of the back become rounded, and the lower side also it is the lower back is become inverted in the kyphosis. So in kyphosis also it is become one of the chance to get the cause the lordosis. And next one is spondylolisthesis. Spondylolisthesis. So spondylolisthesis means it is there is a slipping of the vertebrae forward. So it is called as spondylolisthesis. So in the vertebrae from the normal position to it can be forward or otherwise it is become slip, and it is called as spondylolisthesis. Spondylolisthesis, it is nothing but there is a vertebrae can be moved forward or otherwise it is become slipped from the normal position. So it is called as spondylolisthesis. And next one is osteoporosis. So osteoporosis, it is a bones become very weak and easy to break. So it is also if the patient having osteoporosis, and that patients may have the chances to get the lordosis. So osteoporosis also one of the cause for the lordosis. So next one is achondroplasia. Achondroplasia means there is a normally the spinal cord can be the normal in the achondroplasia what will happen means there is a abnormal growth of the bones can be occur. So the bones growth cannot be occur normally. So it is become short of the bones. So in the achondroplasia what will happen means the bones become short. So it is not grow normally. So it is called as achondroplasia. The bones does not grow normally. The bones become short, and it is called as achondroplasia. Next one is discitis. So discitis, it is the inflammation of the intervertebral disc. So inside of the vertebral disc there is a inflammation. So it is called as discitis, and it is also called the lordosis. So discitis also one of the cause for the lordosis. And next one is tight lower back. So because of the lordosis, and if the lower back is become tight and there is no movement, or it is also caused because of the overweight or obesity. So because of this there is no movement can be occur in the lower back. So because of this also there is a chances to get the lordosis. And next one is muscles, and there is a muscles, excessive muscles around the spinal cord. It is also one of the cause for the lordosis. And next one is excessive visceral fat. So excessive visceral fat means there is a belly fat. So excessive visceral fat means it is a belly fat. It can be present in the abdominal cavity. So there is a abdominal cavity, it consists of belly fat. It is called as excessive visceral fat. So it is become very harmful because of the over fat. There will the patient may have chances to get the diabetes and the heart failure. So like hand and cancer also there is a more prone to get the excessive visceral fat. So who are having the excessive visceral fat like the belly fat, and they are more chances to get the heart failure and cancer and diabetes. So there is a excessive visceral fat. It is also one of the cause for the lordosis. So because of this belly fat it can be more weight on the spinal cord, and it causes the lordosis. And next one is pregnancy. So pregnancy, during the pregnancy because of the womb, because of the fetus develop in the womb, there is a overweight can be present. So because of the overweight on the spinal cord there is a chances to get the lordosis. So in the pregnancy period the women can be having more chances to get the lordosis. So because of the overweight and the pregnant women can be get more chances to the lordosis. And next one is rickets. So in the rickets what will happen means because of the vitamin D deficiency there is a bones become very weak and it is easy to break. So because of the rickets, and it is also cause the lordosis. So the bones become very weak and there is a easy to break. So and there is a vitamin deficiency can be occur in the rickets, and it is also causes the lordosis. And it is the causes includes the obesity, kyphosis and spondylolisthesis and osteoporosis and achondroplasia and discitis, tight lower back muscles and excessive visceral fat and pregnancy and rickets. So next one is clinical manifestations. So the clinical manifestations includes the muscle pain. So the patient may have the severe muscle pain. Next one is sway back position of the spine. So sway back means there is a upward of the back become mild rounded and lower back is become inverted. It is called as sway back position. So sway back position of the spine. Sway back position means upper part of the lower back become mild rounded and lower back of the spine become inverted. So it is called as sway back position of the spine. And next one is C shape back. So the back of the spinal cord become C shape. So it is become inverted and it is become C shape. So it is a C shape back and large gap between the lower back and the floor. So if you are lying on the bed and there is a more gap between the spinal cord and the floor of the bed. So there is a gap can be occur between the lower back and floor of the bed. So it is a large gap between the lower back and floor. And problems in moving. So the patient is not able to move. If moving is present, the patient may get the pain. Next one is numbness. So because of this lordosis, the patient may have the tingling sensation or pricking sensation in the lower legs. And there is a loss of bowel and bladder control. So the patient does not have the control over the bowel and bladder. So it is about the clinical manifestation. Next one is diagnostic evaluation. So in the diagnostic evaluation, X-ray of the spine. So X-ray of the spine can be done to diagnose the lordosis. And next one is depending on the cause of abnormal curve. So there is a management can be, there is no particular management for the lordosis, and it can be depend upon the causes of the abnormal curve and any other symptoms. So it is a different course for treatment and follow up will be needed. So according to the symptoms, according to the severity, the management can be present. So the medicines should be given according to the symptoms and according to the severity of the curvature, and regular checkup, regular follow up should be needed for the patient. And it is about the diagnostic evaluation. And next one is the nursing management. So in the nursing management, it includes the medication should be given to reduce the pain. So the painkillers, if the patient having muscle pain or any pain, so we can administer the analgesics like non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like aspirin, ibuprofen can be administered to the patient to reduce the inflammation and the pain. And next one is physical therapy. So by the physical therapy we can reduce the by the physical therapy we can improve the muscle strength, and by the physical therapy we can stretch the muscles of the spinal cord. So physical therapy is important to improve the muscle strength. And next one is yoga. So yoga can be done by the patient, and it is very important to divert the mind of the patient. So it is a relaxation technique for the patient. And next one is weight loss. So weight loss is very important in the lordosis condition. So by the weight loss we can decrease the more pressure over the spinal cord. So by this we can maintain the normal weight by dieting or anything, and we can reduce the weight by to decrease the chances to get the lordosis. And next one is braces. So braces can be used if the to support the spinal cord, and braces should be used, and it provides the comfort to the patient. And next one is spinal fusion. So in severe cases the surgery can be performed, that is spinal fusion. So which are affected vertebrae is present and that can be fused together, it is making into single one. So it is called as spinal fusion. It can be performed in severe cases. So otherwise it can be treated by the medications like giving painkillers, and there is no need of surgery. In only severe cases only the spinal fusion can be performed, otherwise the medications can be given to the lordosis patients. So it is about the nursing